baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Brink of Sanity, episode 284. It is just Jay and Mark today. I am Jay.
I am Mark. Are we the show OGs?
Well, I am.
Okay, I guess you are. Not so much.
I wanted to read you a quick quote.
Okay. Is it from my dad saying how he's disappointed in me?
No.
Okay.
It's important though, okay?
Okay.
But the two wings of the great eagle were given to the woman so that she could fly into the wilderness to her place where she was nourished for a time and times and a half a time from the presence of the serpent.
And I was not good at reading comprehension in school, but I'm not sure. I'm going to say I have no idea where that was going. I'm also going to say that probably was that from Trump's inauguration speech?
No, that is an actual quote from the Bible, and that means there is a rapture this Wednesday.
Oh,
Happy
so
Rapture episode.
Wednesday's also the Jewish holiday of Rosh Hashanah. So
no, I got the days wrong. Saturday is the rapture.
Okay, because it's a Jewish New Year. Because that'd be kind of a bummer in the Jewish New Year for the world to end.
Right. Happy New Year. Oh, we're all dead.
Happy New Year, end of world. What is that quote? How did you figure out the date from that quote?
Well, from my vast research on this topic, time and times and half a time equals 1,260 days. Duh.
Okay. Obviously.
And it is repeated in a different verse as 42 months.
Okay. What's that have to do with the current year?
Reasons.
I know everything's on faith and religion. There's no actual facts or logic. But how did they come up with this Saturday or next Saturday would be the today's the 23rd.
Yes.
Is that
it is I don't know. I don't know how they came up with it. It's
no, I mean it's Bry calling in or what happened there?
He said he wanted to join now.
Okay.
He must have heard it was Rapture Day. So
okay, so whatever. So that quote out of thin air they pulled out of their ass this Saturday. Why is there no big Rapture events?
You know, this wasn't hyped up nearly as much as the last one.
Hello.
Hey, Bry.
Hi.
How are you?
Did you start already?
Yeah, we
did.
All
right.
We're only 2 minutes in. I was just telling Mark that Saturday is a Rapture. I'm not saying
Saturday?
the Rapture. I'm saying a Rapture just because they seem to come every 5 years.
Oh,
Well, maybe it's like the Boy Who Cried Wolf. This is going to be the one that actually happens.
I hope so.
So there was some crop circles that appeared on August 21st.
Okay, where?
People are still doing those?
It was in Essex.
Okay.
So some people say it's Essex is in the UK. Some people are saying it's the Rapture, and
there's an Essex, Connecticut, too.
And the other people are saying it's a sign that Nibiru is coming.
What about the people that have shit to do and don't have time to make up these dumb theories?
Actually, that's the same thing. Nibiru is a fallen angel who is going to bring forth the apocalypse.
I thought the devil was the fallen angel.
He is a fallen angel. It's
Wait,
slippery
there
up
are more than one fallen angel?
Look, there's a lot of holes in the clouds.
There's a lot of holes in these stories. There's I don't understand any of it.
What did I get myself into?
I still haven't understood how. Okay, the Christian religion, there's one God, but there's God, Jesus Christ, who's the Son of God, which means I guess he's a God also, and there's the Holy Spirit. And how many gods are there?
Oh, I figured out how they found out it was next Saturday.
How?
Computer-generated astronomical models.
Holy shit, someone's doing that?
Yes. Apparently, there's going to be a lady holding a big feather with wings appearing in the sky, and that's never happened before. Did you know that's never happened?
Oh, you mean Gozer? I saw Ghostbusters.
Hey, Bill! Stop trying to use your computer to predict when the hurricanes are coming. Predict when the rapture. Use this.
Because another verse says, "A great sign appeared in heaven: a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head." So, obviously, that means Saturday the 23rd.
Okay.
I don't get how you're not putting this all together.
So should I not go to the Met game on Saturday, or?
Wait, does that mean you don't have to study for the next CPA exam, Jay?
I might not.
I'm
going to cancel my test just in case.
Wait, but hang on. No, the rapture's not the end of the world. Rapture just means the good people go away or go to heaven. So when we're all left, we'll just record next week, right?
But then we won't have any listeners.
Well, I mean, there's supposed to be, for everyone left, there's supposed to be an apocalypse.
Yeah, but like we can still do a show during the apocalypse, right?
Well, yeah, a live apocalypse cast.
As long as there's still Wi-Fi.
Yeah. It'd be like, "Hey, Bri, how you doing?" And Bri'd be like, "I'm on fire, actually."
Oh, you got it easy. I'm getting pelted by a rain of toads.
But, Jay, isn't that just happening in your apartment normally?
It does rain toads a few times a week, yes.
I assume, like, just because you're your neighbors, somehow that's actually happens. Black mold, noisy neighbors, toads raining from your ceiling. I assume that all...
I wouldn't be surprised at this point, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, maybe you live in the Ghostbusters building, Jay. Maybe you should move out of there.
I'm saving up to
You haven't seen Rick Moranis on your floor, have you?
No, I wish.
That'd be it'd be like the worst low budget Ghostbusters ever.
What,
like instead of being some giant building?
No, the one with the women is the worst Ghostbusters ever.
If they did female midgets, I'd go see a sequel. Because that would be enjoyable.
A female midget Ghostbusters?
Yeah. Wouldn't that up the ante?
Do you call that a fidget?
Yeah. What if they're all like in wheelchairs, and the ghosts win just because they just can't get their wheelchairs fast enough?
Because the ghosts go upstairs. And there's no elevator.
Or they shoot their proton pack and they all just shoot backwards into the wall. They forget to lock their wheelchairs.
It's like 4 Joe Swansons from Family Guy.
They're haunting a non-disability friendly building.
The one of the Ghostbusters cartoons had a wheelchaired Ghostbuster.
It did?
Yeah. It was later. I think it was in the 90s, and it was supposed to be like a direct continuation of the real Ghostbusters cartoon, because there was an episode where like the original crew shows up and trains them, and they're like old men.
Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty good, actually.
Hey, Bri.
Yeah.
So you saw To Hell or to High Water?
Yes.
You were talking about that show on that movie on the show, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I must have.
That's what I was on the plane ride from Budapest. They had that, so I watched it because I remember. Yeah, it was pretty good. What do you think?
I liked it. It was different.
Yeah.
We're done with Rapture talk, and we're just moving into movies that only you two have seen.
Well, there's 2 out of 3. It's not like just Marc has seen it.
We'll go back to Rapture in a second. So here's the thing in the movie. So Jay, basically the movie is.
I like their plan. I like that. Like I thought that was kind of cool.
Jay, are you seeing this movie anytime soon?
I don't care.
Okay, so the basic idea with the movie is these brothers. They decide to rob a series of banks because they're trying to get money so they can pay off a mortgage on their parents' land.
It was their mother's land, where they found oil.
Yeah, and if they could do that, then they'd get to keep the land. They could pass on to his son, and the land would be worth a ton. And the land was going to be worth a ton of money. And so I guess the thing they do that was kind of clever is instead of robbing like the big bills from the bank, they just rob like just the loose change the bank has, basically like the 10s and 20s and nothing higher than that. And basically no one goes after them, or it's less people going after them because they're doing that and they're harder to trace. That's the general idea. Is that right, Bri?
Yeah, pretty much. Like instead of like one big bank robbery, they robbed a series of banks to get like, instead of getting like 50 grand, they tried to rob like 5 banks to get 10 grand.
So
each.
basically they owed like $40,000, around $40,000 on this land. And in the end, the land produces like $60,000 a month in oil revenue. So the only thing that the movie was okay. The only thing that I didn't get was if you have land with oil, why couldn't they just gotten a bank loan to pay off this mortgage and not rob the banks and like kill people?
Well, I think the oil. I don't think the oil. Them having oil on their property was like I think they found out that by accident. Like it was sort of like the bank knew, and they didn't, but somehow they found out because that's why the bank was trying to foreclose on them because the bank wanted the property.
Right. No, I understood that, but I thought they knew that from the outset. That the bank had the land had the oil from the start. Because I think he said something early in the movie about how this was going to like set his son up, basically. Because that's the only thing I didn't get. I was
they owed money, so they couldn't probably get a loan.
I'm pretty
to
sure
pay off
like
the loan.
If you owed money on like your apartment and your bank wanted to foreclose, but you found out there was a giant thing of gold. Like if you found out there was oil below your land, you probably can go to a different bank and go, "Hey, there's a lot of oil here. You want a loan and I'll pay you back."
This definitely sounds like something we should spend 5 to 10 minutes on.
Okay, sorry.
It was the mother's though, and she probably didn't have a will or anything. That's probably why.
It was just weird. I was like, well, they have a piece of property that they own. The bank hasn't taken it yet, and it's worth a lot more than $40,000. I feel like they could work this out without like robbing banks and killing people. But yeah, it was a good movie though. It was.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad we covered that.
Let's talk about the Rapture.
Wait. Before we do, I forgot to play the disclaimer for the show.
You didn't play Did you even play the beginning music?
Warning. This show is intended for entertainment purposes only. Nothing you hear on this show should be taken seriously. This show contains a high volume of satire, sarcasm, and fantasy. It is a comedy show and should be treated as such. Nothing you hear should be treated as factual. Everything said is opinion, and nothing is more than an opinion. This show is also intended for mature audiences and may contain mature content.
All right, now we can go on.
Hey, did you see that Jeff Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky's son, has pled guilty to child sex?
Yeah,
I like how the mature audience's warning immediately followed by that sentence.
I'm just amazed, though. Does it run in the family?
I guess so.
My daddy like touching little boys, and so will I.
The nut doesn't fall far from the
young tree.
Yeah.
It's so like that's just so like bizarre that like his son was just like in on it also.
Did you know that there is a Rapture index?
Does it have anything? Does it relate to Jeff Sandusky?
No, I guess you're done with the Rapture. I find this.
No. Tell me about the Rapture index.
Let's spend another 20 minutes on the Rapture that's not going to happen, that no one cares about.
I mean, like, these things are never happening.
Well, why? Just because the first 172 have not happened?
There's
because I badly want it to happen. That's why it won't happen.
They're all listed with dates on Wikipedia, by the way.
Wait, there's 172 of them already?
I think so.
I thought we weren't allowed to say Wikipedia.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well,
no, we're not allowed to say Wikipedia.
No,
it's just someone's name. If you get Jay, do you want to tell everyone that there's a Patreon page?
Yes, there is a Patreon page, patreon.com/thebrinkofsanity.
Is that tequila? What's?
Yes, Jay is now selling his own personal tequila.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if we get enough subscribers, we could. It's basically you could donate money on a subscription basis, as low as $1 a month, to us to help us fund some of the expenses of the show. And by us, I mean me, because I pay for all the expenses. Bri, we've been doing the show for 9.5 years, and you didn't know that podcasting costs money?
Not really.
Every once in a while, I send Jay a check. I actually should do that again soon.
It's very expensive. I've spent thousands of dollars so far.
I literally did not know that.
Wait, Bri, you really didn't know it cost money?
I mean, I knew it cost money to like get the equipment and whatever, but I didn't think like it was an ongoing like. Why are you wasting your money on this thing? Like seriously, and you want to be a CPA and you don't know a bad investment when you see one?
I mean, I learned buy low, and
he
sell
low,
lower.
Well, no, I haven't sold.
Buy low and sell at zero.
I haven't sold. I keep buying.
Oh.
Wait, buying low on what?
On the show. I'm putting money in, buying low, and there's no high to sell on. I mean, I guess
You know what the
selling high
problem with podcasting is?
Yeah.
And this is probably going to counterintuitive to everything that we're going to talk about, but literally everybody has a fucking podcast. I think every famous person that I either follow on Facebook or Twitter has a podcast.
even not so famous people.
Like everyone.
Yeah.
Like every comedian I follow has a podcast,
Yeah.
and every like random like idiot has some. There's just like
I think there are more people that have a podcast than there are people on Facebook.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like every famous person you've ever heard of has their own podcast.
The problem is we didn't really promote it in the right way when we were one of the fewer comedy podcasts, and now everyone has one, and we're just impossible to find.
Well, yeah. I mean, if every stand-up comedian has a podcast, then like, why would I listen to anybody like 2 or 3 random yahoos?
Right, like you may recognize me from literally nowhere.
Yeah.
I was in the
You
background.
can listen to 2 idiots scream about the Rapture, or you can listen to Joe Rogan,
Yeah, you
or
can
Mark
recognize
Maron, or
me.
Doug Stanhope, or whoever the fuck else.
Yeah, I just sent you a check for $50.
You didn't
I'm
have
donating
to
to
do
Jay.
that. You didn't have to do
Like-
that.
Whatever. I'm the first Patreon.
We've actually dropped the ball because there has been 6 end of the world predictions since the Harold Camping one we covered in 2011.
Oh. Well, what if the raptures are actually happening and Donald Trump is like the this is the apocalypse, like living with Donald Trump is our version of the apocalypse.
Well, then it's not really as bad as the Bible made it out to be.
Yeah, why am
Yeah,
I going to give you money then if the Rapture's coming in 5 days?
Yeah, you should have waited till the 14th.
So if you're out there and you're thinking, hey, Houston, they seem like they're suffering there. Florida, wow, they had a hurricane too. All these people are without power. People are dying. People are like have lost everything. You know what? You could donate your money there, or you could do something worthwhile with your money and help us out do our podcast.
We can get remote equipment so we could finally do that baseball episode.
Have you guys donated any money to any of the hurricane stuff?
No.
I did.
How much do you donate?
$50.
Me too. I donated $50. Did you?
I donated to one of the animal rescue places.
Oh God, you wasted your money, huh?
I could have given it to Jay.
That would have been better. Jay, would you prefer Bri give the money to help animals that are hurt by the hurricane, or give the money to you?
Well, me, obviously.
Wait, I have an idea for people that want to donate to our show.
Yeah.
If you donate X amount of dollars, we'll have to come up with the right money amount. Then you could tell us what topics you don't ever want to hear us talk about again.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
How much is that one?
I don't know. What should we set the bar at? Like $1?
It's funny
The
because
first person to donate, I think to be able to veto topics, that's worth
Yeah.
like $15 a month.
I set a tier for $100 a month, and here's the description. Let's be realistic. Are we ever going to get here? I mean, I could pretty much write whatever I want here. We'll charter a flight right to your house and podcast in your living room. Is this a lie? We'll probably never know because I seriously doubt we're hitting this tier.
I say if you do $100 a month, we will if you're within driving distance, we will drive to your place and do a podcast from your house.
For $100 a month, you could be on the show. You could take one of our spots.
Exactly.
For $50 a month, we will change the name of the show from Brink of Sanity to Brink of Fill in Your Name.
For $50 a month, we'll go a whole month without talking about the topic of your choice.
For $60 a month, I will never talk about my kids again.
Did you know that the next 8 Raptures are already planned?
For $1 a month, Jay will never mention Rapture again.
Holy crap.
Yeah, there's one in 2020, 2021, 2026, 2060. One guy was smart because he's never going to get
What do you mean plan? Like, do you mean like they found different quotes in the Bible that like make them believe this, or like how do they?
Yeah, everyone has different predictions and interpretations. This one guy was smart though because he said that.
Damn, I could have went to bed. Instead, I got to sit here and listen to this.
He said doomsday.
Why were you not going to do the show at first?
Because I've gotten like 6 hours of sleep since Thursday, and I'm just like dead tired, and I didn't want to be up till like 11 o'clock. But then I was sitting here, and I got bored watching the Emmys, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just see what they're ranting about.
And now you have to hear about the Rapture. 8 more Raptures. Go on,
Yeah,
Jeff.
yeah.
Well, one guy was smart, and he said the next one is going to come in the year 11120. Who's going to call him out on that one?
11120.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I mean, why not? Who's going to call you out?
So I have a question. So if you donated money, when you donated money, Bri,
Yeah.
did it say post the fact that you donated money to Facebook?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Okay, so I donated money. I found there was a website. You guys, you know what Vox is? VOX.
I've heard of it. I don't know what it does.
It's like a liberal, like news, like a liberal news source, and they have a bunch of I don't know, some rich guy started, and they have a bunch of like really good writers or whatever writers. Anyway, so they said we picked 6 charities like that. We did some research. These are 6 good charities to donate money to, and this was for Houston. So I went on there, picked the charity, read the description, picked one, and they said, "Do you want to post the fact that you donated on Facebook? Would you have put on Facebook that you donated?"
No.
Jay, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys had like a long pause there. Yeah, Jay, would you put that you donated?
Only if I wanted attention.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like you're donating money, you just want to help out, and then you're like, at the end of this, do I also want to be an asshole and go, hey guys, look at me?
Actually, yeah, I would post it, and then in the comment section, I would say, "Take that, thoughts and prayers."
That's good.
That's good actually. That's what I actually should have done.
Yeah.
But they also when they give you I didn't post 'cause I thought I don't need to brag about the fact that I donated money because I get the idea maybe like your friends will see that you donated so maybe they'll donate also. But at the same time, I always think that when you see those things, people are kind of being assholes by saying like, "Hey, look at me, I donated money." But so the thing on Vox said, here are 6 charities, but you should do your own research. Do you hate when people say do your own research?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Like, oh, interesting. Do your own research. Let me call these charities up. Let me see their accounting books and make sure they're legitimate charities. Like, what am I going to really do?
It's like, why don't you just tell me?
Yeah, you told me these are good 6 charities. I assumed you did the research. I'm not going to go like, oh, hello, Red Cross. How are you doing? No, I'm a private citizen. I just want to do some investigation here. People said do my own research. Can I ask you more about your charity?
That's personal.
I find the same thing with the president, like the elections. They're always like, do your own research. I'm like, yeah, my research is reading this article in the New York Times. What else do you want me to do? I'm not going to follow Donald Trump around the campaign trail.
Do your research to find out if Donald Trump hates black people. Newsflash, he does.
I just always say when they say do your own research, I'm like, I'm not going to, what the fuck do you want me to do? I'm not going to I work full time. I have kids. I have lots of responsibilities. But in my spare time, I'm going to become an investigative journalist also.
Yeah, it's a little obnoxious.
Just so you could donate $20 to a charity.
Yeah, exactly. Just so I donate $50, I have no idea what's actually going to happen. It's not like they're going to they get $50. I'm like, okay, Houston's fine now.
I had somebody ring my doorbell today, and this little old Chinese lady walked out to me, and she said, "Are you the Chinese family?" And I kind of just...
Please tell me you said yes.
I just looked myself up and down like, you see me right now, right? Like, I'm a big fat white guy.
You didn't go, hey, Kat, this one's for you.
Why don't you take this one?
You should have said, no, I'm Jackie Chan.
You should have said, I ate them. See what she said.
I wanted to bring back a bit we used to do.
Wait, what happened with the woman?
I just stared at her, and she kind of just started walking up the stairs of my apartment building. I guess she realized, I'm not a Chinese family. I mean,
Smart lady there.
yeah.
You know, it's weird.
exactly.
Sometimes I get mistaken for a Chinese family.
Not just person, the entire family.
The entire family. It's gotta be weird when you're in China. You're like, is that an American or a Chinese family?
That happens everywhere I go.
And you have a great Halloween costume. Hey, you didn't even dress up for Halloween. Yes, I did. I'm a Chinese family.
I was at Rite Aid today, and somebody cut me in line, and they said, "Excuse me, that Chinese family was first."
Is it do they charge for when you go to like an all-you-can-eat Chinese place?
Yeah. But I do get the family discount, so it evens out in the end.
I know you're gonna say. What were you just gonna talk about, Jay?
Oh, I wanted to bring back a bit that we used to do.
Hey, related to your bit, I just want to talk about. So Jay told me to listen to. So Joe Rogan's podcast. He did an episode, his 911 episode, 9/11 episode. He did, which was number 9/11 of his show. He did with Alex Jones on it. And Jay wants to do an Infowars bit right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Alex Jones I thought he was crazy. He's a whole nother level of crazy.
I listened to all 4 hours of that podcast. It was amazing.
I made it through.
I wish I'd known, I would have listened to it.
You should listen to it, right?
It's episode 9/11.
It's episode 9/11. It is really painful to listen to. I don't know about you, Jay. You didn't find it painful to listen to?
But, the first hour I didn't think was as crazy as you did. I was thinking like,
The first hour involved, wasn't that the Pizzagate thing? He said Hillary Clinton was part of like running like a pedophile chain.
He didn't mention anything about my pumpkin theory, did he?
No, he didn't.
Damn, I guess he doesn't listen to our show.
I listened to the show, bro, when I wasn't on the show, and I appreciated your pumpkin bit.
I actually almost had a mental breakdown today. I was at the grocery store, and I was walking down, and at the end of the aisle, they had a whole thing of orange cups, and it was pumpkin cups. And it was like, I don't know why you need them. And then underneath that, I swear to God, I thought this was true. It turned out not to be true. But there were bottles of bleach, and they had an orange label. And I said, oh, my God, they make fucking pumpkin bleach. I couldn't. I go, you got to be fucking kidding me. Pumpkin bleach? And then I looked, and it was just the store brand. But it was orange, but it was right under orange pumpkin cups.
Bry's going to go
oh
to the Halloween parties and fill up pumpkin cups with bleach.
Maybe that was like subliminally like geared toward me. They're like, Bri, we know. Here's the cups, here's the bleach. Just do it yourself.
We're trying to help you out here, Bri.
Yeah, maybe. Now that I think about it, yeah, they knew I was coming.
Bri came so close to ending his life with pumpkin spice bleach. So last year, I was in the supermarket, and you've seen the cereal Puffins?
No.
Okay.
Wasn't that like a horror movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, they had Puffins Puffin's a bird, first of all, but they have like a Puffin cereal, and I actually really like it. But yeah, they had pumpkin spice Puffin, and I was like, pumpkin spice Puffin? I'll try that. That sounds good. 2 for $6 sounds good to me. I brought it home, tried one bowl of it, tried like basically one bite of it, and I was like, fuck. And it sat on my shelf for about 3 months before I just threw both boxes away.
That was
so bad. That was the last time I think I'm ever going to buy a pumpkin flavored anything.
You're not going to try the pumpkin spice Cheerios?
Well, this turned me off, and I imagine the pumpkin spice Cheerios are just as bad.
I'll try the pumpkin bleach.
There hasn't been one good Cheerio since Honey Nut.
The Alex Jones thing is so nuts. Alex Jones believes, among other things, he believes there are multi-dimensions. We're in some middle dimension, and there's like creatures from lower dimensions reaching up to try to get us. But we're trying to make it to the upper dimensions. Am I getting this right, Jay?
Sure.
There's also the elites have a breakaway society in which they're going to leave the planet and go to a different dimension and leave us all behind. It was the craziest shit. There are already civilizations on the moon.
That was my favorite part, where we landed on the moon, but the moon landing video was fake. They filmed that just in case that they couldn't land on the moon, they could still release the video. But they
Holy
ended up
shit,
releasing
that
the
was weird.
fake one anyway.
That was, yeah, that I had trouble following
see
that part. The moon, the video was fake. The moon landing's real, and we've colonized the moon a long time. Also, there were drones. There were drones that were fighting in World War II. Man is gonna like merge with machine soon and become part man, part machine. There was a whole thing about like how Obama was, I guess in the John Podesta emails, there was something about pizza and hot dogs, which apparently hot dogs refer to male prostitutes, and cheese pizza refers to child porn, and apparently they all are basically they're all into like fucking little boys.
Oh.
Yeah, Bri, listen to it. It's it's insane.
It's like every moment is crazier than the next moment.
The first hour, believe it or not, I was like, all right, well, maybe Alex isn't as crazy as I thought.
Yeah, the first hour, I feel like there was so much Hillary stuff that was insane in the first
Did
hour.
Joe let him get away with all that?
Joe was down for most
Because
of
Joe
it.
Rogan's a little out there himself,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, he was down.
Joe
with a
Rogan
lot
was
of it.
like, good, I didn't know that. That's amazing. That's crazy, Alex. Wow, Alex. The whole time, he was just like, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
He was totally, that's like, I needed someone on the show to be to ground the whole show. Instead, like, Joe Rogan was just like, yeah, sounds good.
He just let him go.
Yeah, he's like, tell me more. This is great. Every once in a while, he'd be like, that sounds crazy. And then Alex would, quote unquote, explain himself. And then Joe Rogan would be like, oh, okay, that clears it up.
Yeah, and also, Alex is shot out of a cannon, so it's hard to even follow what he's talking about because he pretends you know what he's talking about already, and you're like, I'm not drunk enough to know what the hell you're talking about.
So anyway, for those of you who don't know who Alex Jones is, he has a conspiracy right-wing website. And as crazy as he is, his fans are way crazier.
I disagree. His fans, after hearing that, the fans are basically might be more saner than he is. Well, I don't know. Also, I love in the episode he claims that he was a big Barack Obama supporter.
Yeah.
And you're like, really? Because I think when the day he was elected, you said he was going to imprison all of us.
Yeah, that was just complete bullshit.
I mean, there's so many and then he said it in the show that I guess they asked him anything he was wrong about, and he said I was wrong about Y2K, and they said, well, how did you what happened? And he said, well, the people that I work for said, here's some money, say Y2K is a real thing. And then I started saying it, and I really believed it. Which pretty much explains how everything works there. He finds some idea, starts talking about it, and then talks himself into it.
Right.
Did you see the speaking of, this just clicked in my head. Did you guys watch John Oliver?
Yeah.
I do watch it. The most recent one.
Did you see the 2 or 3 weeks ago when he just did a whole thing about Alex Jones and all the shit that he sells and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Just made me think of it. Sorry, just totally.
No.
Okay, so here's a
unravel
little
your
game.
thoughts.
Here's a little game we play. I'm gonna read the title of an article, and you make up a crazy comment, and then I will read a real comment, and we'll see whose is crazier.
So the idea basically is we're commenting on this stuff, and we wish. Yeah. Okay. Go with it.
Okay, so the article is comment on transgender issue dividing schools, parents and kids in the UK.
Comment.
Yeah, so that it's just transgender issues dividing schools, parents and kids in the UK.
Wait, you read in where it says opinion pages, opinion. You read the word opinion also. As part of the
I
title.
forwarded the link to myself, so it says comment because I forwarded the comment. Just move on.
I don't like this game.
Jay's in the script. Jay speak. You read that as part of your lines.
All right.
Okay, can you read the title again without the word opinion?
Transgender issue dividing schools, parents, and kids in the UK.
So the crazy comment would be that this is all part of the plan to stop the Brexit people by making everyone. They're trying to make everyone transgender. I don't know.
Obama created transgender people.
All right, so this is a real comment. They take fetus progenitor cells and stem cells to grow their tissues. They tell women that men are evil and should only be used for sperm donations and then coax them to kill the babies so that their tissues can be used for medical advancements. Yes, they are chopping babies up and stealing their life for the sexual comfort of others. Bet you didn't see that one.
I should have went to bed.
Wow.
That was that was something. I have one more if you want to do one more.
Sure, why not?
Okay. So this one is Pelosi says Dreamers will be put in concentration camps by the GOP.
Nancy Pelosi is a cunt.
Well, you know who's going to work in those concentration camps? Real Americans. They're going to actually have jobs now.
Okay. This person knows what's up because he starts off with, let's get this straight. But then he puts a question mark after it, so maybe he's not confident. Obama built over 800 concentration camps in his second year in office. All you have to do is Google Obama concentration camps, and they all pop up. They were built to put the conservative Christians in them, along with anyone who disagrees with the Obama government, all at the expense of the taxpayers. It's the Democrats who are obsessed with governmental control over the people in the form of communism. Liberals are always accused the right of what the left is doing. Did you know that Obama set up 800 concentration camps?
Well, we certainly got that straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're.
I thought it was his third year in office. To be totally honest, I didn't know it was his second year.
Yeah.
So here's the
Common
issue, Jay,
misconception.
and here's what you're missing. You're not connecting the dots. Alex Jones believes in multi-dimensions. So all the Obama stuff with the concentration camps happened in a different dimension than you live in.
Oh, that makes sense.
Obama is a Nazi. He's been torturing people for many years, just in a different dimension.
Yes.
Well, now it makes sense.
Alex Jones also believes Donald Trump is a humanist, and he is here to save us.
Yes.
Which is also and they were talking about his tax policy. It was also just weird how it was like here are his proposals. One of them was end the death tax, and Joe Rogan was just like, yeah, why should they tax death? You're right. I was like, Joe, do you even know what the hell he's talking about? I mean, the death. If anyone knows what the death tax is, just the estate tax. It was renamed, and it taxes estates that are over $5 million at death. So the first $5 million are not taxed, which means almost no one on the planet Earth is affected by this.
Right.
Emails. The brink of sanity at gmail.com. Alan writes, hi lads, how you doing? So Mark, how has your holiday been?
My holiday was good.
He's referring to your fifth holiday.
Yes. My wife was went on a business trip that I was also their spouses were invited to Budapest. And Budapest is a lovely country. It was a beautiful trip. They actually really did it up for us. It was weird. It was like being at like a 4-day wedding, because like every night there was events to go to with like other people from our company, which I didn't really know, and like you had like make small talk with everyone every night.
And he says, I watched some NFL games, and my girlfriend asked me why they play the national anthem like it's alien to us. In our sports, you only play the national anthem during the cup final, and that's usually second to abide with me, which is a hymn.
What?
Okay.
I think he's just saying it's weird that we play the national anthem before every game.
Yeah,
that
it is
part.
weird. Why do they play it during like what's the point of the national anthem play at any sporting event?
Yeah.
It's completely unrelated to sports.
And he writes, Jay, how's your CPA been? Have you been working hard? Why am I asking that question? How's the cat? So my cat decided to have a 48-hour sneezing fit. So I thought it was going to die, and I got no sleep this whole weekend. And then all of a sudden this morning it went away, and she's totally back to normal.
What if the devil came to you, or Bry, and he said, "I can guarantee you'll pass."
The devil came to Jay, or I came to Jay, or the devil came to Jay, or the devil came to me.
Oh, whichever.
Okay.
The devil comes to Jay, and he says, "I can guarantee you'll pass the CPA. You'll pass all 4 parts of it. No problem. You don't even have to study that hard. But I have to take a sacrifice, and the sacrifice would be your cat."
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Just checking. What if you'll also double your salary?
No.
Quadruple your salary. How much is your cat's life worth to you?
And the last part of his question, would you rather have anal sex but no one knows, or not have anal sex but people think you have?
Well, are we talking about like if are we giving or receiving?
To a girl or from a guy to a guy?
Those
Right.
are details. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables in this.
So let's do that, Bri. So let's say everyone thinks you had anal sex with a good dude,
Okay.
and you're receiving,
Okay.
or you actually do it and no one knows about it. Which do you prefer?
Uh,
And your answers will, based on whatever your answer my actions will be dictated by that.
I'd rather everybody knows or thinks that, because I like people thinking the wrong things about me anyway. So
Do you think it'd come up at work? There's the dude that took anal sex. You're like, little do they know, I didn't do that.
I don't think it would come up at work. No.
It'd be weird if it did, huh?
It wouldn't come
Yeah.
up, but they would know.
Okay, Jay, what about you?
Again, it depends if we're talking about a man or a woman, or like.
No, I'm talking about. I gave you the example. Same example I gave to Bri, the
Yeah.
dude.
It's
What would the big deal be if it was a woman?
Oh, if it's a dude, I'd rather just people think that.
Yeah.
And Kevin writes, "All right, Jay, what really went down that caused the disclaimer during the last pods? Does it
For
involve-
$200 a month, we'll tell you.
No. You pay $1 a month. If you're just a Patreon subscriber, $1, we will do a bonus episode where Jay explains all of that.
He says, does it involve somebody with the initials of? I'm not even going to read the initials. Just say
Apparently, the person was right.
it's just
You,
me.
you want to know what's funny? I found a Twitter account for the other day for somebody, and I've been confused lately. I've been fucking things up lately, but I thought it was the Twitter account of the person that started all the trouble, and I was gonna send it to Jay, and then I realized it was like a totally different person.
So Jay, if someone pays $1, can we make a bonus Patreon episode where you'll explain that entire story?
Behind a paywall.
Yeah, it's a paywall. So you have to, as long as you're donating $1 a month, you get access to the paywall, and the paywall will include this one episode. I mean, we'll do other things also, but this episode, we'll do an episode where we explain the entire story. And of course, we built it up enough that the entire story will be so lame when we actually explain it.
What if the people monitoring the show pay $1?
They're not going to pay $1. They don't. I guarantee they don't think you're worth $1.
Can't you block it once you know who pays the dollars?
Yeah, you can actually. I think you can. You have like, person does it. You can probably deny them.
You guys didn't know about Patreon 2 days ago. Now you know about all the secret features involved.
Exactly.
Lorenzo did not email us, but on Twitter he sent us an article where Brink of Sanity 3 on Twitter.
Oh.
So this is an article about a couple who was hospitalized after a man got his head stuck in his wife's vagina.
I don't
Yikes.
believe that happened.
I tried doing some research. I saw it on 3 different websites, but I don't know if any of them are legit.
Jay, you did your own research?
I did. If it is true, how big is her vagina?
Well, obviously that's the big question. Do you think you can drop that, going for a medical, and they're doing the whole check on you and go, doctor, I have an unrelated question. Do you think my head could fit into a woman's vagina? Just asking.
Okay. And follow-up question, if it can fit, would it also be able to come back out?
Yes, that is an important point.
That's probably more important than the first part of the question.
And who calls? Did she call, or did he call from inside the vagina?
You know, we didn't even put up our video, and we got our first Patreon subscriber.
You're full of shit. Really?
Yeah.
How much?
$1.
Who did it?
I don't know who, but the name is Rosero has a huge cock. So I'm thinking it might be Rosero. Thank you, Rosero.
Okay, that means we will have to do this episode, which explain everything.
Or he gets to pick a topic we don't talk about.
Yes, or that.
No, it's gonna be my kids. I'm gonna still talk about them. So actually, speaking of kids, I went to Hershey Park. Have you guys been there?
Yeah, I was actually supposed to go to that weekend. We talked about that.
Yeah. So
Oh, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna ask you if it rained all weekend.
It did, actually. It was really annoying. The first day we were there, basically, it got killed because of the rain. The second day, like, it rained off and on, but we still got to enjoy the park. But, like, it would be a lot better. It would have been a lot. You were smart not to go. But we'd already paid and whatever.
When I went, the tour of the chocolate factory was shut down.
Oh, that sucks. I got to the tour of the chocolate factory. So the first day we were there, everything, because it was raining, all the indoor stuff, the chocolate factory stuff, like, there was, like, insane lines. You couldn't really do anything.
Yeah.
We ended up going back at night and did like the chocolate tour, but it wasn't like whatever. They have the teacup rides, and so the teacups, there's like 6 teacups saying, and like you're waiting online to go to teacups, and every time like the ride ends and new people get on, it's five teacups where it's like little kids, and their parents. And then there's one teacup every time with 2 adult-age hipsters who are, like, just so excited to be on the teacups. And then the ride starts, and they're going super fast and, like, cheering because they're on the teacups.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, every time. Like, it was they get off, then, like, there's a new, like hipster fan couple that's, like, on there again. And then another hipster couple is on there again. I'm like, can't you guys fucking get off so my kids can get on the damn teacups?
Goddamn hipsters.
And they're all like, oh, it would be really cool? Let's get stoned and go in the teacups.
I might have done that in college.
Yeah, you probably were the asshole, the kind of asshole. And I'm like, hey, you'll be better, cooler, and hipper than you guys getting fucked up and going on the teacups? My 3-year-old daughter actually just wants to go on the damn teacups. We have to wait longer because you're an asshole.
I smoked and went on the Ferris wheel, the giant Ferris wheel at Six Flags.
I wouldn't want to do that because I know I'd be stuck at the top.
We actually smoked while we were riding the Ferris wheel.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure everyone knew because we weren't hiding it very well. That is it for emails. That is it for Twitter. We got.
So here's some sad news.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants to hear sad news, Bobby the Brain Heenan died today.
Oh, that is sad.
Wrestlers don't live very long.
No, but he must have been older.
He was like 70, I think, 70 something.
Oh, really?
I mean, in wrestler age, he's like 180.
Yeah.
Like most of them, aren't they all
73.
dead from? Like, aren't most of them dead by age 50 at the oldest?
Yeah, I think so. They
all randomly have heart attacks like a young age.
He didn't wrestle though. I don't think he was just a manager, right?
You don't think he wrestled? I think he must have wrestled back in the day.
He wasn't. Maybe he was.
I thought he wrestled.
I mean, he managed and he got his ass kicked every now and then by somebody, but I don't remember actually being a wrestler. But I could be wrong.
No, I feel like he was one of the guys that must have been a wrestler back in the older days, and then became like the manager when he got older. Because I feel like he was, when we were watching, he was pretty old as it was. Not old, but like he must have been like his. I don't know.
He must have been.
Well, he was 73. We watched in the 80s. So that was 30 years ago. He was 43. I guess he just looked a lot older.
Yeah, I would guess he was older then. He was a wrestler and a manager.
Oh, all right.
But he started off managing very early on. Like, he was managing in the 60s.
Wow.
So I saw a story that I thought was interesting. Here's the headline. Beauty queen hands back crown when asked to lose weight. I won't change for anyone.
You go, girl.
Yeah, you showed them.
Don't you hate, you're in a contest that is 100% based on superficial features, and then they say something superficial, and you're like, no, I won't do something like that. The entire thing is you're supposed to look good, and they're like, you need to look a little better. And she's like, oh my God, you're hurting my. How could you ask someone to lose weight?
I mean, that's just in Hollywood in general. Like, if you notice in sitcoms, like every season the characters have the same facial hair and the same haircut and the same body weight. It's in their contract that they can't like change that much. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, everything's very superficial, which is totally understandable because it's like they're trying to sell an image to the audience.
Yeah.
And if you're being like in a contest, a beauty contest, they're selling an image basically. So of course, like you're being asked to lose weight, you should say, yes, this is what I signed up for. Not I would never do this. I can't stoop to this level.
I guarantee all the blue-haired feminists went nuts over that.
It'd be like being in a like prostitution contest and being like,
I'm not fucking anybody.
I don't fuck someone. Yeah, exactly.
Or I don't have any money to fuck someone.
Yeah. I just hate those articles. Like, the article never starts off with like, dumb cunt doesn't understand how contest, like what it means to be in a beauty contest.
I think that would be like an Onion headline.
Yeah, exactly. It's so absurd to be like, oh, I won't like losing. I won't change for anyone. Well, you kind of went into a contest where you tried to change yourself to be as beautiful as possible because that's what you were in, and like.
Can I just tell you how much I would love it if more articles started with dumb cunt?
I'd read more.
Yeah, I'd definitely read. I'd read every article that started with dumb cunt.
And it'd be like everything from like baseball like hitting the stands, injured fan, and the article would start off with dumb cunt wasn't looking when baseball.
That was my first time on TV. I went to a baseball game, and it was me, this one other guy, and this girl, and there was a foul ball, and the girl wasn't looking, and the ball just clocked her right in the head, and you see me and my friend point and start cracking up, and then the camera cuts.
When's your second time on TV gonna happen?
I've been on TV like 7-8 times.
Ooh, tell us more.
I think we've talked about all these. There was what not to wear. There was audience shot and
Sports
Conan
Center
O'Brien. What were you on SportsCenter for?
My friend and I were at a Hartford Whaler game, and we had Beavis and Butthead masks, and we were dancing around in the crowd, and they cut to it. Like, they're showing highlights of the game. They're like, and these two guys approve, and they show us dancing.
Nice.
I was on I think I told you, I was on Judge Mathis.
Yes, it was your roommate, right?
Yeah.
I was on People's Court.
You were on People's Court?
Yeah.
For what?
True Life. People's Court, my dad was suing some guy over an air conditioner.
Were you did he
Were
win?
you guys on any shows that people have seen, or?
I've seen People's Court.
MTV's True Life.
I don't know what that is.
The gamer one, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
You've been on TV a lot for someone that
And I
don't know.
And I was on the news twice.
For child porn?
No. One of them I found the gun in the shooting. Bri was there for
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
at Boston, yeah.
And the other one was like this big cheating scandal at Northeastern.
You found the gun in the shooting?
Yeah, it was a shooting outside our apartment.
And
I think you've talked about this before.
Yeah. I've told this whole story before.
So it's Ted Cruz. Do you guys follow him on Twitter?
No.
No, but I know that whole story.
Yeah, you guys should.
I didn't. I missed what happened with all that.
The basic story is he just liked some porn tweet.
Oh, so what?
No, I mean I think it's funny. That's all it really is.
Well, I mean, it's a guy who tried to ban sex toys in the state he was in, so it's a bigger deal just because he's such a hypocrite.
He said people do not have a due process right to masturbate outside of procreation.
Right.
Which is a really weird thing to say. Yet he claims that a lot of people have access to his Twitter account. I mean, that's probably true because he probably has a staff that does that. And he claimed it was a staffing issue, which is like, I don't know if he was trying to be funny by saying that.
Did he say he was going to finger the staffer who did it?
It's just like, oh, it's a staffing issue. Yeah, you were playing with yours. We understand. I wish he'd just come out and just said like, yeah, I liked it. It was good porn.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah,
That
we
was-
should all
yeah.
watch it.
Have you looked at Twitter? There's a lot of porn on there.
Of course, he liked a video with a creepy voyeur in it.
Was it a creepy voyeur?
Yeah, it was voyeur porn.
Oh, I thought it was So I thought it was something with like a stepdad doing his daughter or something like that. There was some kind of like a weird the mom comes home and she finds her husband who's the stepfather like doing the daughter,
That wouldn't surprise me either.
which I found extra funny. I tried looking up that, trying to find that it's like at social meet with social whatever it was called, act sexual. I couldn't find the Twitter account.
Mhm.
I wanted to like it for the Brink show too.
Facebook questions?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Jason writes, guys, I'll be getting $40,000 soon from a lawsuit I've just settled. What should I do with my money? I want to be smart with it and not vacation with it or waste it on cars and materialistic stuff.
I got it.
Donate to the show.
Oh, yes, for $40,000 a year, basically, you can pretty much do whatever you want with the show. We'll record whatever you want. We'll talk about whatever topics you want. It'll be your show, basically.
Yeah, you could be director.
Yes.
Jaime writes, if you had
Do you
me
have any?
on-
Wait, do you have any real answers for him?
I feel like we do this like every single episode.
Well, every episode, one of our
We're
listeners.
the last three
Yes.
people on Earth that anyone should ask for financial advice from.
Yeah, serious. Well, maybe Mark. He actually has things. Well, actually, you bought a friggin' boat and a hot tub. You're doing it right for yourself.
The hot tub was a birthday present.
Oh, okay.
How often do you use the hot tub?
Not too often.
Oh,
I don't use it in the summer. So I'll turn it on probably another 3 or 4 weeks. But I think it's broken. I need to get it fixed.
yeah. The hot tub's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's all right.
I guess were you single when you had it, or were you only with when you had the girlfriend?
No, I was single.
Did you ever like was it like you were luring girls back, be like, hey, I have a hot tub, want to come back to my place?
I've tried that. It didn't work as nearly as well as you would. Excuse me, as you would think.
Yeah, it sounds good on paper.
Yeah.
Do you want to cut to a scene?
No.
Hi, how are you? I'm Chelsea.
Jay, what's the next question?
I'll do anything with men with hot tubs. Do you have a hot tub?
That seems like a realistic scenario.
Yeah.
Jaime writes, if you guys...
If you don't have a hot tub, I'm gonna tell everyone you had anal.
Like I would get with a girl named Chelsea.
If you had to be on one TV show, what would it be? I would be on Rick and Morty.
If I had to be on one TV show?
Yeah.
Rick and Morty's pretty good. Which I've been watching. That's a pretty funny show. You guys watch it?
No.
I never
Talk
heard
about
of
it.
I think How I Met Your Mother would be a fun show to be on.
I've been binging. Do you guys watch Narcos?
No.
No.
You guys should watch it. It's really good. It's the story of Pablo Escobar.
Yeah. I know what it is. I don't have Netflix.
Oh, it's
Neither
really
do I.
good. I might just be on that show so I could be Pablo Escobar and be a drug kingpin for a while. Though he killed a lot of people, which was not so good.
And don't you get killed eventually?
Yeah. But it's actually, the show is really good. It's unbelievable the shit that Pablo Escobar pulled off. Like all the people he assassinated. Like you'll watch it. You're watching the show, and you're like, holy fuck, did that really happen? And they show like real news clips to show that it actually happened.
So the show you want to be on is the main character who dies.
Yeah. You're probably. Well, I'd probably leave the show before he dies.
I don't think that was an option, really.
How about Happy Days? I could be the Fonz. I can make the jukebox play by tapping it, and all the ladies want me.
It's not a bad one.
Except you're like 50 years old pretending to be 20.
And it seems like I don't know how far he actually goes with the girls.
Mm.
Like
Plus he was having an affair with Mrs. Cunningham in real life. So.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. She wasn't exactly like a looker.
No.
Oh, Fonz. I'm disappointed.
Fonzie.
If you were born
I
in
think
the
I'd fit in pretty well in Arrested Development's Development show.
Jay, what show did you take?
How I Met Your Mother.
Which one did you be?
I
Would
didn't-
you be Barney? Would you be Barney, secretly gay?
He didn't say we had to be a character. He just said we had to be on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not being okay. We're just being secret on
Right.
the show.
I would just be at like
Yeah.
happy hour with the gang and drinking with them.
What about Cheers? You could be at like every day. They just hang out at a bar.
Well, same with How I Met Your Mother. Only everyone in How I Met Your Mother isn't 45.
Yeah, but you're almost 45.
Yeah.
What show should I be on? What's another good one to be on? Could I be on 21 Jump Street?
Actually,
I
Entourage would be fun to be on.
Yeah, Entourage. That seems like Entourage seems like the best one to be on. Because they're just having fun, basically. You have the movie star guy who's like just basically doing all the work to get the money and like just living a fun life.
Then you're just leeching, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Until the terrible later seasons where they tried to like make everyone have a personality.
Yeah, that went downhill. But that'd be a good one to be like hang out. I feel like that'd be a more fun one to hang out in than How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Yeah. If you were born in the 90s, do you think you'd be the same?
If you were like a millennial.
Like, we would be growing up basically with cell phones and the internet and like.
And have no social skills and be unable to cope with anything bad that happens. No, I think I'll stick with my 1978. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys have social skills?
Well, no, but
You'd just be more of an asshole because of the phone. Like, I feel like the internet stuff makes you more. So how do I? So building on that, what if say your kids were born in 2011, 2014? How do you prevent them from being an asshole with this kind of technology?
You're fucked.
I really have like no idea. Like
Your kids are going to be dicks.
Like the phone stuff is like I can't stop using it. It's insanely addictive, and I imagine we haven't given them phones yet because it'd be insanely early to give them phones. But at some point, they're going to have phones, and like they're going to be interacting through these things where they're.
Oh, they're going to be intolerable.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I know people's phone numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I was driving today. I had to go. We were at my sister-in-law just got a house. And we were at the house, and someone had to go pick up dinner. I went to pick up dinner from the Greek restaurant, and I'm driving back, and I was using Waze, and Waze went, and then my phone just reset, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't know how to drive there now," because I didn't pay attention to my way here because I just have Waze, and so I had to pull over to the side of the road and wait for the phone to restart because I had no way to get back. I can't call them. I can't use my maps. And I really, if Waze ever goes down, I just won't be able to find my way home sometime.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's like we've just taken that part. You used to know how to get places, and now you don't need to know that anymore.
Yeah.
And we have a whole generation of people that'll never learn how to get anywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I was coming home Friday night from somewhere, and there was a big construction thing on the highway, and I was like, fuck this, I'm getting off. And I got off, and I knew where I was. I knew exactly where I was, and I had no idea how to get home. I was like, I got off the highway, and I went left, which was like going away from like my town, and I went like 3 miles, and then I was like, I'm going the wrong way. Like, this is not the way like to get to my town. And then I had to turn around, and like I'm driving just aimlessly on this road, and I'm like, somehow I have to like find the other highway, and I don't know where it is. And I was just driving, and I was like, well, I guess eventually I'll find it. And it took me like an extra 25 minutes to get home because I just kept driving and aimlessly, like I had no idea where I was going.
But at least you like the new generation won't be able to even find their way home.
Yeah.
There'll be stories where like man got lost. Man went to store, got
Got lost at the grocery store.
Dumb cunt got lost on the way to the grocery store. Her phone broke and she died. But Brian, for just being the fact that you do have like access to say like Waze, why don't you just use your phone to figure out how to get home?
I don't know. I was just like, I have a GPS in my car, and I was just kind of like, I set it to my house, but it kept telling me to get in the highway, which I'd just gotten off, and I was like, couldn't figure out how to get it to be like, I don't want to take the fucking highway.
Oh. Do you think the phones, like with them interact with people, just building on the phone thing, like with all the messaging they do on the phone, are the social skills really like just falling apart?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
spelling, punctuation, grammar, that's all gone.
Are they gonna like? Are the kids just gonna stop talking?
They're almost there already.
They're just beings of just like, let me write to you, I'll write back, you write back, you write back.
Yeah.
It'll be like people will be like, it's too awkward to like think of stuff on the spot when you talk to each other, so let's just stop talking.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
Jaime writes, Jay, invest that shit and maybe move to the suburbs and be happy. So, that's
Invest what shit?
Do you have shit to invest, Jay?
Well, funny story. I got a bond that I inherited.
Okay.
Oh, savings bond?
Yeah. And it had 2.5 more years till it vested. So I'm like, all right, I can wait 2.5 years and get an extra $1,500, or I can invest it now and make money.
But would you make money by waiting for $1,500?
You got to pay taxes on it too when you cash it.
Well, yeah, but that's included. Like, basically, I would have got an extra $2,000, but $500 of that would have been taxed. So I said, instead of waiting a year and a half to get the $1,500, I'll invest it and I'll make more than $1,500. So I put,
How much? Wait, guys, how much is this bond?
I cashed it for $18,000.
Okay, so $18,000. You would have made $1,500
Well,
more.
it would have went
wait
up
a
to
year.
it would have went up to $20,000 in 2.5 years.
Okay, so $18,000 to $20,000, you would have made basically an extra like 12% over 2 years.
Right.
Okay, so you pretty much have to basically beat 6% a year to make it worthwhile, to make the investment worthwhile.
Right.
Okay.
So what I did is I put a lot of it into like Bitcoin.
You invested in Bitcoin?
No, I invested in the one right below it, Ethereum,
Okay.
and it's like the main competitor for Bitcoin. And
What? This is your first talking about this?
yeah, well, this just happened. So
Oh. Wait, but did Jaime know about this already?
no. So
Okay, I didn't know if you and Jaime are on a different like.
no,
you and Jaime, like,
just a coincidence. So I did research. I looked
how much did you invest in Ethereum?
7,000. So
How do you invest in Ethereum?
how?
Also,
There's sites that host the exchange of e-currencies.
Did they go out of business yet?
No. So
how much? How many Ethereum is $7,000 worth?
I put in 6,200, and I bought 20 Ethereum. It was at $310 when I did it.
Okay.
All right.
And you know the Ethereum, the entire purpose of this coin is to help child molesters and drug dealers.
As long as it gets me rich. So
Is there like another purpose for this money?
I don't know.
Like outside of committing crimes, I don't understand what's the point of this money, all these money systems. But
It's
go
to
on.
circumnavigate the banks.
Yes, yeah. Go on.
So I was looking at it. It went up 2% a day for about 70 straight days. So I'm like,
Before you bought, obviously.
Until
before I bought it, it was at
Until Jay ended the.
it was at $170, and it went all the way up to 310 when I bought it.
Okay.
So
So Jay, you have a lot of good luck. I'm sure it's taken off since.
Well, for 2 days afterwards, it goes up to $360. So I'm already,
from
I'm already
from
up
307
from 310.
to 360.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. You probably should have sold like 2 days later.
Well, then China said that they're going to ban all e-currencies in their country, and it went down to 201.
oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
And where is it now?
Well, I woke up Friday morning and it was at 201, and I almost had a meltdown. But then that same morning they said, "Oh, just kidding. If they get the right licenses, we'll allow two exchanges to run in our country." So now it's back up to 269. So
you're still out $40. a share.
times 20.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's gone up 70 in the last 2 days, so I think it's going to go back up to where it was. It's just it gave me a weekend-long panic attack.
What made you invest in, like, of all things out there, what made you invest in
Well, I was looking at, like I said, it was going up 2% a day for like 70 straight days. And so I'm looking, and I the math, I'm like, well, $6,000 going up 2% a day for 70 straight days, I'm going to like make $7,000 by New Year's.
you know past performance does not predict future success, right?
Jay, you know, if you put that money in the bank, you'd still have the whole amount.
I'm looking online right now. It's at 269.51.
Yeah.
269.61.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Let me know when you sell it so I could buy it.
Jay, I'd say also for someone that doesn't like I don't know, this seems like a very volatile purchase. Like there's a chance this could go to zero, or I mean it could do really well, but it's pretty risky.
Yeah. Well, like I said, for 70 straight days, I thought that was a pretty nice sample size. And you know what? It would have kept going up if China didn't say that.
Did you think on day 60 you were like, 10 more days I'm going to buy this?
No, the thing is, it took like almost 2 weeks to like.
Maybe that's why the lady asked if you were the Chinese family.
There's so much background checks and approvals to buy this stuff. It went from like 270 to 310 while I was trying to get in on it. So I'm just sitting there going, all right, you know, it could have made 200, could have made 300.
What kind of background checks did you have to do? Like,
He did his own research.
what did they ask you?
They ask everything. I mean, they want you to like, I don't know. They want bank account numbers, and social security numbers, and they pay.
You gave your bank account number and social security number?
Well, you need to give the bank account number so you can deposit and withdraw money.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Never mind. Yeah, it just sounds. The whole thing sounds very sketchy. So like,
It sounds like you have zero left.
so basically, instead of waiting for like your information to be stolen via Equifax, you're just like
volunteered it.
you're like, hello, shadiest people out there. Here's all my info. Let's see how it goes.
It's up to 270 right now. See?
I say it's 269.99.
It's
Down
the
to 86.
Oh Jesus! I just lost money.
It's 20. It says here 24 hour.
Oh, sorry, I just tweeted out bad things about it. So
Everything's basically like if China lets it in. Like, why does the price change so rapidly on these things?
I think because it's new and people are overreacting to every bit of news. Like if good news comes out, it's going to shoot up like 100 points. Same thing.
I don't even understand how they price this stuff. Like, how does Bitcoin get so expensive? Or how does this get so expensive?
I think it's just the amount of people buying versus selling. Because there's only a limited amount of it. So, like, if a lot of people start buying it, the price starts going up.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Like, so shouldn't it go up on news like China is going to crack down on child porn? Like, that shouldn't that, like, that kind of news, or China's going to crack down on cocaine or murders for hire? Should that kind of news, like, drive the price up?
Drive Ethereum's price up?
Yeah, because, like, if people are scared about, like, getting arrested for selling cocaine or arrested for, like, murder for hire, then they'll be more likely to buy Ethereum because they'll be like, I need a way around, like, getting arrested. If the government's cracking down on these things, I have to, like, I need something like Ethereum.
Oh,
Like, shouldn't all horrible news, like things that, like, push people towards this kind of thing?
No.
You're not following that?
No, that doesn't even make sense. I don't get what you're saying.
Well, I feel like the people that use this, most of it's for nefarious uses, right?
No.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Why would you need, like, a non-governmental fiat currency, like, beyond, like, a nefarious use? Like, what in your everyday life you're like, I don't want to pay for lettuce with U.S. currency. I want a non-government regulated currency to pay for lettuce.
Well, for one, if you're doing online exchanges, there's always a lag. Where, like, you mail a check, or even if you use your debit card, it takes a couple of days to, it always shows up as pending in your account. This stuff is instantaneous because they've already done all the background checks.
But it's like instantaneously. It's also like losing value as you like talk. Like as you're entering, like, and sale. Oh, I lost $100 before I even hit sale. Like at least if you have $100, you know it's worth $100.
True. I don't know. Well, I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on with this stuff.
Wow. What other interesting things have you been gambling with?
That's it so far. This has been taking all of my time right now.
Studying time.
Yeah.
You're like, next episode be like, interesting. I took $4,000 and bought a chicken for a cockfighting ring. The chicken, there's a lot of money to be bet on it. I feel like this chicken will be worth a lot of money. I picked a bigger chicken.
Jaime writes, last question, what do you think about the new iPhones? Are you guys Android or Apple users?
I'm Apple. Jay and Bri?
I have an iPhone.
Okay, and Jay? You switched to iPhone, right, Jay?
I did. I had an Android. I switched to iPhone. If iPhone continues to be over $1,000, I will switch right back to Android.
Why did you switch to iPhone?
Basically, my iPod died, and I kind of wanted a replacement for that. It was just easier to sync everything up.
Oh, okay. Was Android, having used both, is Android better, the same, worse?
I think it might be a little better.
Yeah, a little bit. I had a Samsung for 2 years.
I feel
The iPhone's better.
No, Android.
The Android's better.
I feel
Why?
like iPhones are always a couple years behind on the technology now. Like, I had an Android 3 years ago, and it had a different vibrate for basically every app. You got an email, it was a certain type of vibrate. You got a Facebook update, it was a different kind of vibrate. And iPhone didn't get that until the iPhone 8. iPhone 7.
Yeah.
And then, waterproof. The Android had that, a couple of generations before iPhone. But basically, a lot of these technologies, they went from cutting edge to like basically just copying Android.
A lot of things I've read, like they're talking about the things that the new iPhone does. They're like, and Samsung's been doing this for years. Like they mentioned all those things. Like I guess one of the big things is that the entire front will be like all screen basically. They're not going to have like the borders.
Right.
But they're like, that's already been done by Samsung, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're saying
the annoying thing is I really got used to that different vibration thing, because like if I was waiting for an email, I would know if the phone beeped, like, oh, that's Facebook, I don't need to pick up my phone. Now it's just like everything is the same, so like it could be anything when my phone.
You have your phone beep every time you get a Facebook.
No, like vibrate. Like if somebody.
I like that the Samsung has like the flashing light.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the new one, like my old one had like a blue light, and so like if I had an email or any kind of a notification, like there was a light that like blinked slowly.
Yep.
So you could see it. Whereas the iPhone, you gotta like hit the button and like turn it on.
Yep.
Yeah. I've only had I've had this on a flip phone, so this is better than the flip phone. But
yeah, I don't know. I would probably go back to Android after this one.
I'm not gonna. I don't see. Do you think a lot of people? So I saw that. I knew the Apple thing was coming out, and so my recent investment was buying stock in Apple. Because I was like, well, Apple's gonna they always do well. So I always wish I had bought Apple stock. So I was like, fuck it, I'll buy some Apple stock,
Mm-hmm.
and and I'll actually get some upside when it actually goes up.
Right.
Which so far has been going down ever since I bought the Apple stock. But do you think people will pay I assume the three of us would not pay $1,000 for an iPhone 10, whatever.
No, absolutely not.
Right?
No.
And they still don't have the headphone jack. They removed it in the iPhone 8 and they never got it back.
Which makes me want to not even go to the iPhone. The 7 they got rid of it. So I don't know if I ever want to go to the 7.
No, I won't. I have a 6, and when this is done, I'm just going to Samsung or something.
On the plane, actually, my wife was like, she wanted to borrow the charger. And she's like, she wanted to charge her phone. I'm like, yeah, well, if you want to choose the 7. I'm like, well, you can't listen to the headphones. She's like, oh, fuck.
Yep.
So do you think Apple, like, will people buy the 10? Like, are people so obsessed with Apple products? Will like the 10 do well at $1,000?
Yes.
You could put a literal piece of shit in a case and call it the iPhone 11, and people pay $1,000 for it.
Yeah.
So you don't think, like, because every once in a while you always think they're gonna like finally fuck up, like
Nope.
the Apple.
Because there's enough rich assholes that'll buy it just to say they have it.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like the Apple Watch. They did the Apple Watch. Not that many people have the Apple Watch. That's not a home run product, right?
Right. But with the
Actually-
phones, people don't care because I went on IGN and I said something snarky about the iPhone and I got attacked by like everyone on there.
You know what's weird? Also, the new iPhone. People are really insane about liking that. The new iPhone also they said the new smartwatch, the Apple Watch, whatever. You can make and receive phone calls on it. I assumed that like the first Apple Watch, I assumed that was the basic feature of it.
Yeah.
But apparently that wasn't a basic feature of it. Like they took like third generation of it to like receive phone calls. So you guys think I made it like what's a better investment, Bri, would you say? Buying Apple stock or buying Ethereum?
Well, I'm pretty sure Apple's not going out of business anytime soon.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated.
I can't believe I am impressed. I would have, Brian. Would you try to talk Jay out of the Ethereum purchase?
I don't know. Probably not. I would have told Jay to come up. I would have told Jay to come up and let's go to the casino.
What do you think a better investment, Jay, is? Buying Ethereum or taking your money and giving it and have Brian gamble it for you?
No, I didn't say I was going to gamble it for him. But if he came up, we could.
I did have poker night last week and I won $80.
Ah.
Okay, Jaime writes, one more thing, it's time to plug the New York Knicks podcast where they talk about great topics like Hoodie Mellow, how shitty the team is, and much more. Go check it out, guys. Worth a listen. Thank you, Jaime. That's our other podcast. Paul writes, do you believe in aliens?
Hey, so the Alex Jones thing, did he believe in aliens? I feel like Joe Rogan asked him like 8 times are there really aliens, and he never really answered.
Yeah, I don't think he answered either.
Yeah, which is like kind of weird because he just asked like a basic. He's like, "Are there aliens?" And then he just like went off on a topic that like just not address it. Bri, do you believe in aliens?
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Jay, you definitely believe in them.
Yeah, I don't see how we can be the only planet with intelligent life out of the entire universe. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, a related question: have aliens been here?
Probably.
Because I feel like when people ask about aliens, they're not talking about necessarily is there a possibility of an alien life form 8 billion light years away, but like have aliens been here?
I think so.
Okay. Do you believe what percentage of our listeners you believe are aliens?
22.
Depends if they could grow a beard.
If you had a time machine, what year would you go back to?
1963.
Why?
I got to see if there was a second shooter. JFK assassination.
I was gonna, I like the idea of just going back there and just being like, see if I can like stop the Kennedy assassination, like that Stephen King book.
Just stand in the grassy knoll.
Yeah, just see a guy with a gun, just stand in front of him.
Brian gets arrested as the second shooter. What would be a cool year to go back to?
Go to 2001 and have dinner at the World Trade Center on September 10th.
I
Order
would
a big
go
meal.
to 1969.
You?
Yeah.
Do you think, so given lead time, like you can go back to whatever, do you think you could stop any major event like that? Could you stop 9/11?
No. Maybe.
Assuming they
Well,
were
I mean, if we found the charges inside the building, we might be able to get rid of them. But
That's the only thing, Jay. You guys believe? Like Alex Jones talking about that, and like that's the part you were probably like, oh yeah, it makes total sense. He's right about that part.
Pretty much.
That's how we got started.
I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's got a point there.
He's got a point there. What if you go back to? What if it can only be during your lifetime? What if you go? How's this? You go back and you have to. You could relive a year of your life, but you like know what you know now. Like it's your current self gets to take over your old body and relive that year.
Only a year?
Or not even a year, like a week.
Oh.
Mm.
Would there be any time that'd be fun to go relive?
Yeah, I go back to 2001. Start September 1st and start telling people bad shit's gonna happen.
Don't go to school tomorrow if you're Jewish.
Put a bunch of put
Yeah.
options on American Airlines.
Just make it like the add to the conspiracy of stuff.
Take out a loan and put a bunch of put options on American Airlines. I would say either 10th grade or maybe freshman year of college. So
How's this? Are there any years you would definitely not want to go back to?
8th grade.
10th grade. 11th. No, 9th grade.
Why?
8th and 9th.
I don't
grade.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just picked them.
Okay.
High school. I didn't really like high school. It was just kind of a waste of time. So any of those high school years were just kind of whatever I could do without.
Do you think it'd be any better now if you're going in as your current self, knowing what you know now?
Not really.
Okay.
Paul writes, if you had a time machine, what year would you go back? Oh, no. Would
I would go
Did you
back
think
to
that was from the future.
I went back to 2
I'd
minutes
go back
ago.
a minute when Jay read the question the first time.
Paul writes, would you still tip even if you didn't enjoy your meal?
That one's a tough one.
It's not the waiter's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
agree.
they drop your food and then pick it up and feed it to you.
Yeah, it's the chef's fault, so why take it out on the waiter?
What if the waiter's rude to you? Do you just not tip? Like not like overly like he calls you an asshole, but he's just like not the night. He's not very. He's completely inattentive. He brings your food cold. He's kind of a jerk about bringing it back and heating it up.
I've had a lot of weird experiences lately. Now, like I'll go out to eat alone. I don't really care. But like the past like 3 times, so I've gone to this one place for breakfast by myself. I've gotten like really like passive aggressively just like negative like service from them. And I go to this place a lot. I mean, it's not a lot that they would recognize me, but like where it's not always the same person. It's like 2 or 3 different people just treat me kind of like I'm an asshole.
Like what? In what respect? Like how does? Like...
It's just like they just don't seem to care. Then they bring the food out, and then like they just never come back. They go around giving everybody coffee. They never come to me.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's just really like I think you just tell kind of. You get like a little attitude. And I over tip. I'm a good tipper.
So apparently tipping doesn't matter, I guess,
No,
because
I
you're getting
guess not.
shitty service either way.
Yeah. I mean, I always feel like when I go out by myself that like people think like, oh, well, you know, if I'm by myself, like I'm in a hurry, and I'm not. Like one time I brought the newspaper, and I'm sitting there, I was reading the newspaper, and like they just like came over, they put me in the corner. It was just really bizarre. I was like, I'm not in a hurry. Like, just you know, you don't have to like. Just because I'm by myself and I have nobody to talk to, I can entertain myself.
Odd.
That's weird.
Yeah, and then like once I went down to the same place, I went and I ordered they have really good breakfast sandwiches. So I walk in and I ordered a couple sandwiches, and then my bank is a little bit down the block, so I ordered and then I went to the bank and I came back and I'm sitting there for like 15 minutes. And I see this guy making all these sandwiches in the back, and I see a big bag, and I'm like, geez, one of those looks like mine. And this guy comes in, and he's like, oh yeah, 10 cents. It was like a fire department or something, so they had like a bunch. And then so I'm sitting there for like 10 minutes after this guy leaves, and I could clearly see that there's a bag back there. And the lady comes out, she's like, what are you waiting for? And I'm like, 2 egg sandwiches and a cup of coffee. And I see her go back and she grabs the bag and she goes, oh, here it is. It just came out. I'm like, fuck you. No, it didn't. I've been watching that bag for 10 minutes.
And here's your 20%. You better.
Yeah. And then I'm like, how about a coffee? She's like, oh, you didn't get it yet? And I'm like, no.
Maybe you should stop going to this shitty place.
Well, the problem is the food is really good.
We can give you shitty service. We know our food is that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying. Jay, you got any bad service?
Not recently. Yeah, it's been a while since I had shitty service.
Yeah, nothing that jumps out at me is like particularly bad. The worst, I find like sometimes the worst is like they'll bring things in a weird order. Like you order a salad with your meal, and the salad will come out after you already have your meal out there, and you're like, this was meant to be before the meal. We don't really want it anymore.
Oh, I got fired for doing that.
I've had that happen like a couple times recently, where they bring out things in just weird orders.
Ralph writes, "Why record when you got the Knicks?"
Yeah, it's a good question actually.
When we got what?
The Knicks.
Oh.
I think the Knicks, we're going to be doing a lot more Knicks very soon as the season's going to start, so we figured we'd do it at a brink. And Jay wanted, then we released our Patreon page, which is blowing up.
$1.
Rosero writes, "Are you guys glad Trump took away the DACA status and now those jobs the Dreamers would have took can go to American citizens?"
Are there a lot of American citizens who are like, thank God I'm getting an immigrant job?
They want to be a lot of Americans want to be gardeners and carpenters? I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't really understand. Like, are the Dreamers taking a lot of jobs from Americans?
I mean, I'm not upset about it.
You're not upset about the DACA thing?
No.
Why not, Jay?
They've been here for.
Tell us more about your empty black soul.
A lot of these people have been here for like 20 years, like applying for citizenship instead of just,
I don't think
benefits.
they're really allowed to, Jay.
Why are they not allowed to?
I don't think you can. I think when you come in here legally, they don't like let you apply for citizenship. I think they kick you out.
No.
So you're basically hiding.
No, if you're the kid of a parent who snuck in under DACA, you're allowed to become a citizen. These people spent, some of them spent decades here and never even applied.
Are you sure? Because DACA is like new. It just started. It started in 2012, so I don't know.
So they had 4 years to apply and never did.
I don't think it was a non-permanent status. It was like every 2 years you had to renew. I don't think you could have become a citizen under DACA.
Did they even advertise it?
No, they did. They did. Like they got all these people to sign up. Basically, they said like, if you're here, step out of the shadows, register, give us all your information, and then when Donald Trump becomes president, we'll know where to find you. No, I don't think there's any. I think the whole thing is there's no pathway to citizenship. So knowing that there's no pathway to citizenship, or believing me at least, where you feel any better? Any worse about this thing?
I do feel worse, but I also don't believe you.
Okay.
Rosero writes, "How did Jay fix his back hurting problems?" I fixed them by doing a lot of stretching, and I actually slept on the floor for like a week just to realign my back.
So you think legal aliens can just become citizens?
I think the kids of illegal aliens can, yeah.
Why? Why the kids?
Because they're dreamers. It's a different status.
It's no status.
No,
There's no dreamer status.
Yeah, I think there is.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong about that. I'm pretty sure there was nothing codified in the law about the dreamers.
I think there is.
They've been trying to pass that, but there's nothing that ever been passed.
I think you're wrong.
If anyone knows anything about immigration, can you please tell us?
Rosero writes, "What did you guys do to get out of depression?"
Nothing yet. I'm still in it.
Yeah, I'm still in it too. So if you guys,
I did a podcast for many years.
Also, last episode, which I wasn't on, was one of our. Oh no, last episode Marc wasn't on. Was our least downloaded episode in years.
Yes.
And the episode that I wasn't on was our most downloaded episode. So
yes.
That just goes to show that Marc's the troll that downloads all the episodes.
You could have gone with star of the show, but that's even better. So Jay,
Marc is Steven.
Do you assume that the 11 million illegal immigrants that are here just haven't gotten around to signing up for citizenship?
I think they don't want to.
That's the big issue.
I think they don't want to.
That's the issue. Like, we can sign for citizenship, but we're not going to.
Yep.
And everyone's up in arms about the illegal alien thing because like people are lazy about signing up for citizenship.
Yep.
Pretty sure you're wrong about this. I'm gonna say your Alex Jones theory about this isn't so good.
Okay. Heroes writes, Jay, why is it so hard for you to pass the CPA, and at what point do you just give up?
Are you upset that the Dreamers keep taking CPA jobs?
There's a 40% pass rate on that test, so it's not like it's easy.
When do you get your score? You get your score soon, right?
Tuesday.
Oh, you excited?
A little bit. I'd like to know where I stand on this one.
What's your guess?
My guess.
It's you need 75 to pass, right?
Yeah.
What number do you think you're gonna get?
75.
Oh, so you're confident you're gonna pass?
I might be lying.
Okay.
I don't want to jinx myself. Eros writes, Mark, are you scared for your children as the future holds a lot of jobs that will be replaced by robots? There are too many people and not enough jobs for everyone, hence why I'm amazed you want more immigration here. Bring more people is not solve anything. Easing and supporting American business for more job openings will.
First off, I'm hoping I raise my kids well enough that they don't lose their job to a machine or an immigrant. I hope they're educated enough they can outperform a machine or a. Though I guess machines are getting pretty smart. I think that you add more immigrants, it builds it the basically the pie of the economy gets bigger, and there are more jobs. There's not a fixed number of jobs.
I think Mark's a dreamer.
I might be a dreamer.
I say I'm a dreamer.
But I understand immigration better than Jay.
Alternative facts.
Well, luckily, immigration's not on the CPA test, so. Or maybe it is, and that's why Jake can't pass it.
Jay's like, dreamer, just apply for citizenship. Easy, problem solved. Okay, next question.
What is the biggest mistake you have made in your life, something that wasted your time and energy?
Jay, do you want to just say CPA and move on to the rest of us?
Yeah.
Or do you want to say Ethereum?
Look, since we've been talking, Ethereum is up to 280.
Oh, it was just 277.
It is moving pretty fast. That's crazy how much it moves.
Yeah, it's gone up 12 points since we were just talking about it.
Is this bad for your? Is this good or bad for your anxiety level?
It's not good. Once it gets above 300, it'll be good. Right?
How often do you watch this number? It's back to 279, by the way.
Yeah, I don't want to even talk about how much I watch this number.
Isn't this horrible based on you? Just horrible for you, your sanity.
Yeah, because it fluctuates way more than stocks. I mean, like we just said, it's gone up 12 points since we started talking about it 10 minutes ago.
I mean, stocks are just not
the brink of sanity effect.
The 9:30 to 4 o'clock they change prices. That's it. There's no right now. It's a Sunday night and this price is fluctuating.
It's Monday in China, isn't it?
It says it fluctuates 24 hours.
Yeah, it fluctuates 24 hours, and it's crazy volatile. It can have 60-point swings in one day.
Wouldn't you rather, Jay, just say I'm not checking it till Tuesday at 10 in the morning, and just
Yeah, I tell myself that 3 times a day, and then 5 minutes later I'm checking it again.
Yeah, they say the number one attribute to be a good investor is to forget you have money there.
Yeah.
The less you check, the better off you are.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do until, as you can see, it's recovering from that China bullshit. So I'll be fine in a couple of days.
Are you staring at the price right now?
I am.
Okay, it's 278 right now. 260?
Shut up.
140?
Oh, this article about Ethereum being illegal now. That's just bad, huh?
Ethereum linked to Donald Trump.
Oh, they say here this article about Bitcoin winning the battle with Ethereum.
What else?
Would it be helpful if we sent you text you throughout the day the price of Ethereum?
It's fine. I'll probably be looking at it anyway, though. Jason writes, how much did Mark self-donate to hurricane victims? Have we already covered that one? People, I was listening to old Brink episodes, and Jay said that he believes Netflix will not exist in 5 years, and it will fall flat. Now it's 2017. Netflix is a powerhouse, especially with series like Narcos and Stranger Things and the new Marvel ones.
Probably should have bought that stock.
I still think Netflix will dominate everybody, including Amazon Prime and HBO. They're one Game of Thrones from doing so. How much is Netflix stock, and how would I start buying?
Do you think people will find it funny when they tune in from 5 years from now when they listen to your Ethereum investment?
No, I think they're going to be like, holy shit, it's up to $1,000. Jay was on to something.
That'd be pretty good, Jay. Ooh, 277. Go on.
Yeah, I still think the whole
This is gonna give you. I feel like this is gonna give you a heart attack.
It is.
Okay.
The whole streaming thing is getting diluted. It's crazy. I mean, now they're losing. Netflix is losing all their Disney and Marvel movies because Disney's starting their own streaming thing.
But something like HBO does really well and doesn't have every show. It just has like a bunch of like HBO shows that are like popular, and so a lot of people subscribe to HBO.
Yeah, but it's getting diluted. I mean, this is exactly what happened to make people want to not have a cable subscription, and now it's turning into a complete shit show again.
Yeah, because there are a bunch of now like Disney starting their streaming service. There's HBO, there's Hulu, there's Amazon Prime. YouTube is doing it. Apparently, Facebook is doing it.
Yeah, it's getting out of control.
Well, so content's the biggest thing. So you have to have good shows, your own shows, basically. You can't be buying everyone else's shows. Like you couldn't, like Netflix can't rely on Disney shows, right? But Netflix at the same time has a bunch of popular shows.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying it's at some point like there's going to be too many, and people are going to, want to come up with a solution.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair point. There really are it used to just be watching shows that are like from regular TV, but now that's like all this original content. It's much more annoying because people are like, "Hey, did you see that show?" Well, I don't have Hulu, so I didn't see that show. And
yeah, it's getting aggravating.
Yeah.
Liam writes, opinions on iPhone X. I think we already talked about that. What business do you plan on pursuing, or would you do if you had the money? I just met a guy in the gym who makes $90K a year with his franchise Nathan's Hot Dog Food Cart. Yes, a fucking cart. His location's in J Street in Brooklyn between two CUNY schools, the subway and Brooklyn Courts. So I see how it's always crowded. Can't even walk without bumping into somebody. Is it depressing knowing that, I don't know how much you guys make, but a guy with a Nathan's hot dog cart might be making more money than you?
I mean, those guys can make a shitload of money.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Jay, are you sorry you don't have a hot dog cart instead of the CPA exam?
I mean, the thing with those jobs is you don't have any health insurance. You don't have any, like, if it rains, you make no money that day.
Yeah, that's true. But you got to think though, like those guys, like $90,000 a year accounts for. I mean, obviously in a year it rains, so he's accounting even with those days. Like he still makes that kind of money.
Yeah. Liam writes, guys, remember if you take a shit and your house plumbing is weak, flip the tissue to use to wipe. That was a throwback to the episode we did with Dustin.
Yes, that was a funny one.
Eros writes, what is the best way to wash my shirts filled with cum stains? I had to tell my mom it was me blowing my nose.
Bry.
Yeah.
What do you think about the hot dog guy?
I'd like to run a hot dog cart.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad.
Liam writes, Mark, what will you do when your children go to college to professors with very left-leaning views and see them here protesting like Antifa and blocking traffic and holding up Black Lives Matters protests? Also, when the very good life with sunshine and financial security you provided for your son and daughter ends up being the same things that make your children feel guilty and dedicate their lives to gender and African anti-fascist studies. I say this because most of these protesters, social justice warriors, always end up being white suburbs kids who feel like they're fighting liberty and minorities' rights.
By the way, the audio quality was just horrible on that app when you were reading that.
Was it?
Because I don't know what's going on with the audio quality, but it got really bad.
Did it?
Yeah. Right.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Are you like? Is there like a fan in back of you or something?
No. Is it okay now?
Like it's like I don't know what it is. Like there's like wind behind you or something.
Sure, it's me.
Or someone's breathing really heavily into the microphone.
That's
it could be
Brian.
me. Brian, are you breathing really heavily into the microphone?
I don't think I am. I'm breathing normal, but maybe that's breathing heavy since I'm probably dying.
Hey, so last episode, the one that no one heard, you talked about Antifa being like just as bad as the KKK. Jay?
Well, yeah, I said they're just as violent.
Are they? Are they just as bad?
At all these rallies, who's the one starting all the violence?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like whatever you want to say about Antifa, like I mean, like they're trying to fight the white supremacists.
Yeah, by
I don't think
being more
close.
violent than them, that's not helping anything.
No, I don't think necessarily starting violence, but I think the people doing you want to blame anyone. The people that are marching for white superiority, white supremacists, basically, they're the problem. I feel like the Antifa people are like, hey, like these people are like saying death to all, like, and like they're walking through the streets just saying like they want to have like another like Nazi Germany. I want to try to stop them. I want to say that they shouldn't. We shouldn't just step back and just say that it's okay what they're doing. I don't think the Antifa stuff is so. I mean, like it may not be the best idea in the world, but I think it's a whole other category.
I think they're both wrong.
So you think when Trump said there's bad people on both sides, you were like, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was insane. I think you just announced that you should announce the white supremacists and say like we wouldn't have these issues if you weren't like marching through the streets and like with your hate.
Eros writes, listening to Brink episode 244, Jay says that he's paying $1,800 for his rent for his new place. He says that it's only till he passes his CPA. Boy, was he wrong. Pennsylvania's going to have to wait, mate. I'm paying $1,700, and it is till I pass my CPA.
I'm fine with the my son's hearing less liberal leaning stuff in college because he'll just be like, that just sounds like my dad.
So I started using the Brink Instagram again, so you could follow us on Instagram, The Brink of Sanity. And yeah, I guess that's it. So that is all our questions. We're running long, so I guess that's it for the episode.
If you could figure out what the noise is in the background, let us know.
Yes.
If you do you think you will? What will happen before next episode? Will we have the Rapture, or will we have a heart attack from the Ethereum price?
Or both.
Leaning toward a heart attack, yeah. Although maybe I'll get some good news with that too.
Would you rather the price of Ethereum go up to 400 or you pass your CPA exam?
Pass the CPA.
What about 500?
CPA.
Wow. But your cat's life still that's still a higher level.
Yes. All right. So thanks for listening, everybody. thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com, brinkofsanity3 on Twitter, thebrinkofsanity on Instagram, patreon.com/thebrinkofsanity. Rosero, I'm adding a thank you video tomorrow, so you can go back and watch that, because I didn't even get to add that yet.
So are we going to do, now that Rosario is our first Patreon, are we going to do a real episode where we talk about all the behind-the-scenes stuff that you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about that. We'll do it eventually.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Bri, you excited for the next episode where Jay stops, where he gets real?
Oh yes, I love Real Jay.
Real Jay, talking about real issues.
All right, so we'll be back soon. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye, bye, love. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end.